Welcome back to Thinking Critical, everybody. I am your host for tonight, Aaron Sparrow. I am fresh back from San Diego Comic-Con, and what a delight it was. With me tonight is my lovely and talented co-host, Josh McDonald. How are you, Josh?
I'm well. It's been a while since someone has said that I'm lovely and talented. La, la.
That's right.
Are you alive? That's the real question. San Diego Comic-Con.
I am super exhausted. Every part of my body hurts. I feel like I've been beaten with sticks, and my mind is not completely here. So about a half hour ago, I thought the Care Bears were here, and so it's the perfect time to jump in and do a closeout stream for Unholy Nightmare.
Yeah, I've been fully aware that this was the date of the closeout stream for well over a month now. And I just didn't put two and two together. This was also SDCC Sunday. So when Drew was like, yeah, Aaron's coming back from San Diego Comic-Con, I was like, is he going to be okay? Like, I've worked those conventions, and usually Sunday night when it ends, it's like you walk in your hotel or your house and you just lay on the floor. Like, that's all you do.
I did lay on the floor last night, yes. And then finally I was like, I guess I should get up and go to bed. The thing is, I felt great all during con. Like every morning I was like popping up out of bed, I was walking around the floor. I felt good. But all of the pain waited for me thoughtfully, and was there this morning, just like, hi. So yeah, today I'm hobbling around like an old man. My brain is fried. My voice is kind of fried. I called Drew and was giving him the after action report from con last night. And I said, you know what, I'm going to go because I should save my voice for tomorrow. I can feel it getting kind of scratchy. And then we talked for another half hour. And I was like, okay, now I'm going to go because I'm destroying my voice. So it was quite a blast. But speaking of Drew, Drew and Aurelio are our men of the hour. This is their campaign. And we are closing out Unholy Nightmare number 3, which is the most successful Unholy Nightmare campaign we've had so far. It keeps building, which is nice. It shows what you can accomplish with crowdfunding when you deliver. When you make sure that your projects get into people's hands, and hopefully this is just an upward trajectory for the next issue, which we'll be launching in October. But right now we're closing out 3 and offering 1 and 2. How does it feel, Aurelio?
I feel pretty happy about it. It's still unbelievable, and I'm really grateful to people that trust us. I'm pretty happy. Pretty grateful.
Pretty psyched.
And I want your slime.
Yes, this was they were giving these away at the Nickelodeon booth, and a lovely woman named Natalie was nice enough to hook me up without me having to jump through any hoops. So I really enjoy this weird big foam helmet. So I won't wear it for the whole show, but I thought since I was just coming back from San Diego, it might be funny to have it. Drew, how are you feeling, man?
I'm feeling great. This is fantastic. So I was talking to Russ, who sets up all of our Kickstarter campaigns, for me, for Marat Michaels, for Rob Liefeld. And he said this campaign has been one of the more unique ones because typically there's a diminishing return as the numbers proceed. But he's like, what the hell is going on here? Your numbers have gone up and you've gotten more backers. Mm-hmm. And not just that, 75% of them are new backers. He's like, what the hell is going on? I'm like, I don't know, man. I can't explain it.
I can. I think I can. I think that this campaign, you've run it differently. It's, you've had things that are dropping into the middle. You've had things that are dropping into the end. So people are, you've kept the attention up. You've had new covers and things that people can pick up, and word has spread. And the fact that it's 75% new readers, that's super exciting because it means that you're reaching a new audience and that people are looking at the campaign and they're going, well, they've delivered the first 2. So the risk of me, jumping in on this is low. And, that's kind of the kind of thing that you want to do. You want to build an actual expectation with your customers that you're going to do what you say. I know it's not popular, but I think it's important.
Saying what you're going to do. Crazy talk. What is that? And and a good portion of that leads to Carmine, owner of Sophie's Treasures. He will be helping us out with the fulfillment of all this. And He's got a great system in place. He loves spreadsheets, so spreadsheets come in handy when you got these orders. So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get most of these knocked out pretty soon.
Oh man, that makes me excited for future campaigns. I love to hear that. I love to hear about a well-oiled machine. We've got some of our friends here in the chat. Let's see who we got so far. We have got a JT Key Comic here with us. We've got Jogron in there, Jog Live. He says, let's go team Unholy Nightmare, which is, we are going to do it. We're going to be here having some fun. We'll see how long I am coherent before I go completely delirious. Bill Williams, our fantastic letterer and creator of Punchline with Matthew Weldon, is here in the chat. Hola, Bill. We got Wes from Thinking Oh, no, that's me tweeting. Or that's me texting as... and we've got Oscar Creno, the colorist on so many of our projects. Colorist on Kneel Before Doomface. He's coloring Aurelio on this. Just doing and coloring Aurelio on something else that I don't even think we've announced yet.
No, we haven't.
And by the way, Aurelio, your pages for that other project are, I mean, it's a whole nother dimension of what you do. I'm really happy with each one of them.
I'm pretty happy.
Your layouts, I mean, in Unholy Nightmare, your layouts on every page are always like interesting and compelling, and you keep the action moving. And so I love to see it. And Oscar is an incredible colorist, and he really makes everything that you do pop. He makes everything that Renzo does.
He's incredible.
On Kneel Before Doomface pop. I'm definitely like thrilled with the way that this book has come out, and I think everybody will be excited to get it. We've also got Neo the 197. He says, how would you reboot the Marvel Comics universe? Should they go manga route? We will talk a little bit about that. We'll do some. We're mostly going to talk about the campaign, but we'll certainly answer questions and kind of keep it lively. So remind me to circle back to that, Josh. Bravo Dave says Wes has multiple personalities. Jog says Aaron had too many figures overriding his brain from the week. That is true. I came back to the booth at one point and I had two big bags on my arms, and I was tabling with Aaron Lepresti, and he was laughing and he was like, did you get everything you want? And I said, because I'd been buying for days. And I said, when Aaron Sparrow saw the breadth of his San Diego exclusive purchases, he wept, for there were no more worlds to conquer. So it's been a lot of fun. Josh, what have you been up to this week?
Man, I've just been working. Like I think when we filmed Stream Thursday, I was like, it's been a week, like not a bad week. It's just been busy. Like everything's been going on, like family stuff, not bad family stuff, just a lot of stuff. So I've been go. My dogs are going crazy right now. So I
can hear, yeah.
Let me pause and figure out what the heck is going on. Just 1 second.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, I've definitely been go all week. And for those of you who have never been to San Diego Comic-Con, this is true of like a lot of the bigger cons. Certainly Drew and I feel it at MegaCon or New York Comic-Con when we're there. But San Diego is still like a different animal to work that show. There, like yesterday, I was going like, it's already Saturday. Like I can't. It's just such a whirlwind. You've been there since Wednesday, but it seems like you've been there forever, but also like you haven't been there any time at all. I don't know how to explain it. But we got to get you guys out there. We got to get you out there next year, Drew and Aurelio. If you can ever make the trip, we need to get you out there and run you around San Diego and put some delicious street tacos in you.
Would be a dream. Actually.
So that'll be a lot of fun. Carmine, have you ever been to San Diego Comic-Con?
No, I haven't. I did see some pictures of the crowds outside that opening day, and it scared me a little bit. But overall, it is a place I'd like to go. This year, I'm hoping to make New York Comic-Con, and we just decided on Terrificon. So we'll be going there. So those are the two next cons. And then, of course, Orlando. We want to make Orlando this year, too.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. So if all goes well and I can get there, I'll definitely be there. And my new business partner, Caleb, he plans on going as well. And, obviously we'll be promoting Unholy Nightmare. excuse me, sorry. Something just flew by my head. We're going to be promoting Unholy Nightmare, obviously. We love the story. This was a cool campaign. This was actually my first Kickstarter, so I had no idea what to expect or, how it worked or anything like that. So it went pretty smoothly. I guess I picked a good one to start on. But I think a lot of, as I said, I wasn't here for the previous ones, but I think being from a sales background and a marketing background, I definitely think a big part of it had to be the videos, at least in some part, that my business partner was making. It really, he didn't just put a few pictures up there and put some music behind it. I mean, he narrated, he did reviews on the artists, he did reviews on the books, and I have to believe that had an impact on people at some level, at least. But I don't know. I'm looking forward to the next one.
I absolutely agree. I think that there's a lot of legwork done on this campaign. It kept it in people's minds, and so even if people didn't jump in right away, and they were like waiting on a paycheck or whatever, with the campaign you get all kinds of things like that. I think that it kept it in people's minds so that when they did get paid, they jumped in on the campaign and got something.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was really great to also see. I mean, I read the books myself, but when my business partner read the books and did his reviews, I'm like, oh my gosh, where'd you get that from? It was so detailed and just really gave you some insight there. And I mean, although I read them, I was excited to read them again, and I actually read Gollum again right away. And I read Unholy Nightmare, the first 2 issues again. And, it just, those, like I said, those videos really hit me. I don't know how it normally does. I was looking at other projects, and I just didn't see much. I usually, like I said, you see, the most I've seen is people put a picture out there with a little bit of music behind it. So having that narration, for me anyway, was a good way to kind of learn more about the story and gain that interest,
Before we launched the stream, Carmine, before you were backstage, I'm not going to say it live, but I was talking to Drew about a possible voiceover that we could potentially get for the next campaign, and I don't want to jinx it, but it's pretty exciting if we get it, like some narration that would be pretty spectacular. So
that would be awesome.
Yeah, we'll see that works out. I'll tell you about it after the show.
Definitely.
Joggeron says he missed out on the 48-hour cover. Joggeron, you're such a supporter of us. I'm pretty sure I might know a guy who could help you out there. He asks, was there anything I saw that is upcoming that caught my attention? Yeah, the thing that excited me the most is we're finally getting from Hasbro the Marvel Capcom Sentinel. And they revealed a lot of good stuff. Like they're making a figure of Acro-Year from the Micronauts in the Marvel Legends. So I was psyched about that. And then I saw that they did reveal they revealed that Sentinel, and he's got the rocket punch and he's got the jetpack, and I was like, yeah, I'm definitely in for that. And then I don't know, I was excited that they're repainting Shuma Gorath in purple because I already bought the green one, but I always played in purple, and so I was like, yep, I'll buy that too because I'm a sucker. And I'll tell you one of the coolest things was I was standing over at the Hasbro booth looking at the G.I. Joe stuff. And the Hasbro rep that was there, I start talking to him. He introduces himself. His name's Mark Beasley. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, that name sounds familiar, but you meet a lot of people. And somehow we got on the subject. Like he said, he used to work at Marvel and he like did the trades and things like that. And so we're talking about different things. And then we start talking about like comics that I've done. And I mentioned the Muppets. I said, the only Marvel credit I have is a Muppet omnibus that has me in there as editor because I edited all those comics. And he goes, oh, you mean the omnibus that I put together? He goes, I actually fought for that. He goes, the Jason Segel movie was coming out, and I was like such a big fan of that series and all the work that Roger Langridge did. He goes, I was like, we have to make this, and we have to make it now. And I was like, oh, that's amazing. See, it is a really small world, from comics to toys and this sort of like nerd entertainment. So that was pretty gratifying. Drew, have you been following any of the coverage? Is there anything upcoming that you're excited about? Comics, toys,
Well, I do know there's a couple things that have me nervous and kind of anxious about, concerned about, and there's a few things I'm kind of excited about. Like,
are you nervous about them letting Dennis Camp write Batman?
I didn't see that one. Is that true?
Yeah, Shadow. True. He's doing a Shadow of the Bat book.
Oh god damn it! Nothing sacred.
So
that's the second. That's probably the worst news I heard. The second worst is Jason Aaron writing Indiana Jones. That's got me very concerned. And that's what I texted you about that. I'm like, are we going to get the backstory to him raping Marion when she was younger?
Yeah, it's going to be like some dark deconstruction. Yeah, some dark deconstruction of Indiana Jones. Jason Aaron for me is he's hit or miss. Like at one point, I thought he was a pretty solid brand. I liked most of what he was doing. I'm probably one of the only people that I know that liked at least the series itself of Original Sin, if not all of the connecting crossovers. But he's been mostly missed for me, although I think when he takes on a license thing, sometimes his Conan was good. I liked his Conan run up until he apologized to one lady and kowtowed to one lady complaining online. That was ridiculous. But other than that, so like maybe he'll be reined in. Maybe he'll do a good job. I'd like to get a good Indiana Jones comic. So I'm hoping, I wouldn't say I'm cautiously optimistic or optimistic at all, but I would say I'm hopeful. But yeah, when you said that,
I wish I could say hopeful. I wish I could. I'm just like, oh God, please do not destroy him like you did the Punisher. Please don't.
I don't mean that I'm hopeful in the sense that I think I'm going to get something good. I mean, I'm just hoping against hope. Josh, what about you? Anything that has you excited? Anything that has you terrified?
I mean, the Dennis Camp Batman definitely had me terrified. And then I sent Drew a text earlier because they announced a absolute Black Canary one shot, and I was like, oh no. Because if you've been reading Absolute Green Lantern, or not Green Lantern, Green Arrow, it's been rough. It's so insufferable. Good news though, Michael Walsh, who did Universal's Frankenstein, is writing and drawing a Jonah Hex book. So if the editors can stay out of his way and just let him do his thing, I think that could be really, really good. And this is really going to lean on, please, editors, just leave these people alone and let them do this. We might actually get a good X-Men book because we've got Christopher Yost writing, Tony Daniel coming in on art. And if they let those guys just cook, that could be like a saving grace. Thank God we're getting a good X-Men book. So I'm crossing my fingers that those two things will pan out well. But, I'm not going to hold my breath or anything.
As long as they don't have to cross over with any of the other X-Men books or honor any of that continuity.
Yeah. Kamala shows up on page 2.
No. You got Gale calling him, going, "You really need Rogue to call Wolverine Ground Bear."
Other than that, I thought the Gambit Hot Toys looked really, really sleek. I enjoyed that quite a bit, so I might dish out some. We'll see.
Yeah, there's some great toys coming, man. I ran into so I mentioned him a couple times on the show, but one of the toy channels that I watch is Robo Don't Know, and he's this really nice guy. He's got a big beard. He's enthusiastic about toys. One series he's doing right now that I really love is he's going through the handbook, the original handbook of the Marvel Universe, and showing off which toys we have and which ones we need, which has been really fun. But I ran into him, and we stood in the Hasbro booth for about 20 minutes and just nerded out about all the stuff that was announced. I'm gonna need several more jobs to buy everything that I want, and then a really good payday to move to a new place where I can put them all.
Yeah, same.
It's brutal. Aurelio, did you see any announcements that you were excited about?
Lots of stuff. My wallet will crying for sure, because I was hoping for a Marvel Legends Spider Punisher, and because I asked you about the custom pieces. I love the Acquire figure. I don't know what you think about, but I talk from a visual side. I'm pretty excited for the Absolute Batman figures. And about the comics, I'm curious about the Midnight ideas from Marvel. I actually don't know about so much. I've seen some stuff around, but mostly I'm pretty excited from James Aaron Demons series, and maybe I have avoided to look too much. For sure I want the Tick figure, the Tick new figure. I have seen the new characters like Arthur or Chairman.
Yeah, Chippy Chippendale and the Terror, Man-Eating Cow. Yeah,
exactly. And I have seen, unfortunately for my wallet always, the Street Fighter movie characters. I don't know from live if they are good. They look fun. I didn't say wow when I prefer the G.I. Joe Street Fighter line. That I have the full collection on my room. So for me, this is the best figures ever. But I have seen so much stuff. And actually, I've spent too much money. I was waiting from Hasbro Pulse the Hulk 2099 figure. The 2099 period was something I have loved when I was young. So I wanted hardly these Hulk figures. But
the movie figures are kind of interesting. Like Jada showed off some new Street Fighter. The thing that they showed off that I was most excited about is they're doing Strider Hear You. So it's like we're one step closer to that Marvel versus Capcom lineup being a possibility. Especially with the addition of the Sentinel and it's like I'm like, okay, now give us Jin Satom next, like get that license and do that. So it's been really cool. The movie Street Fighter figures, I was happy that they were announced. I was happy they were announced, but I was also happy that I don't really collect movie figures. I don't want actors as the characters. So I was like, oh, good, that's saving my wallet a little bit. Yeah. And then same thing with like they just announced today, like here's your Avengers Doomsday figures, and I was like, cool, I don't need any of those. No.
The problem is I have a problem with Street Fighter. There's a big problem. I have something, especially I have all the Ryan and Ken figure that was made in during the days. So I am afraid I'm going to buy them too.
That's awesome though. They're really good. Let's go back and, as Wes would say, let's hear from the peoples. We have got. Thank you, Bravo Dave, for saying that it looks like I've recovered. I haven't, but I appreciate the you saying it looks like it. I must not look too bad. Let's see. Did you guys? This one for you, Drew and Josh. Did you guys read the Terminal comic book by Joe Casey and Robert Kirkman, and did you like it?
I did read it. I don't know. It's a soft recommend. I read it because and it's weird because I felt like I read an issue prior with art by Art Adams in it, and then I read this one. Then I'm just like confused. I'm like, wait a minute, this is the first issue? I thought what I read was the first issue, unless that was a prologue. But it's a beautiful looking book. It's kind of like their version of like an X-Men team mixed with Strike Force Morituri. If you know what I'm talking about, if you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up. It's got that kind of a twist to it. It's revealed toward the end. But and there's some elements in it that it could potentially go down a girl boss path. I hope it doesn't. But for right now, it's good. So it's a soft recommend.
Josh, did you check it out?
I did. I'm gonna kind of echo Drew. It's got like an X-Men vibe. It's one of the better X-Men things that you can pick up right now. No surprise. That's a low bar. But and then they're alternating artists. So I think the second issue, Drew, I think he's doing the art for that issue, but I could be wrong. But I do know they're rotating between like him and I think 2 other artists to do that book.
Then I wonder what I read first, because I read a whole book with a whole issue with Art Adams on the art. So I'm like, did this get leaked beforehand? Or I don't know what I read. I know it had the terminal title on it, but anyway, this issue was good. It was, I'm curious to see what happens next. It's a solid, good.
Very good, very good. We've got
Hart
B. Fisher in the chat. He says, "Hey guys, congratulations on your Kickstarter. Thank you so much, Hart. Appreciate it." He also said that he just finished the John Byrne X-Men Elsewhere and loved it. I have not finished it yet. I'm about maybe like a third of the way through, and I've really liked it so far.
Yeah, man, it books. The pacing is, it's like a speed metal comic. It just keeps going. It does not stop.
Yeah, it reminds you of what comics used to be before we got deconstructed for the trade, and it was like stretch it out, stretch it out. It's like comic books used to have to keep your attention, and I miss that. It's jarring to go back to it almost, but I really miss it.
Yeah.
So, Bravo Dave 78 says Iceman being on that team is a huge yellow flag, but I love the inclusion of Vance Astro. That's pretty cool. I think that if you've got a good chance of anybody writing Iceman as more than "hey," it's going to be Christopher Yost.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm just like how with Jeff Lemire on the Justice Society book right now, writing Alan Scott. Do you know how much of the "hey" element we've gone out to Alan Scott? Next to nil.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll get that here with Iceman.
Yeah, believe it or not, people, I don't know who needs to hear this in the mainstream comic book industry, but you can actually write gay characters as real people and not as caricatures.
What?
It is possible to do that, yes.
No, shocking.
We need the more you know sound from the NBC split.
And the more you know, shooting star.
I have gay friends, and I know this is going to blow people's minds, but them being gay, not the most interesting thing about them. So you don't have to focus on it.
That sounds like a lie.
So we have Enzo. Is Enzo Amore? Here in the chat. No, Enzo says Predator versus Punisher looks sick. I agree. I think that that is one of the more exciting announcements, and probably a book that should have been done as soon as they got the Punisher license. The Predator license.
Predator license.
Yeah. Predator license.
It's like, how is this not the first book you do? How is it not? Or Predator versus the Agents of, or versus the Nick Fury and the Howling Commandos or something. That would have been awesome too.
Hey, we've got Ethan Van Sciver in the chat. Comic Book Pro Secrets, or Comic Artist Pro Secrets. Let me get the name right. He says, Everyone be sure to back Unholy Nightmare #3. I told you I'm fried from con. And he also said, shout out to Drew. So look at that, Drew. You're getting some love.
Thank you. And we've got a big announcement for issue 4 that is probably involving Ethan. So
wow. I mean, I know what it is. I'm pretending like I know what it is.
And, we'll share. We can share it at the end of when the campaign ends. We'll share the image. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks for stopping by, Ethan. Appreciate that.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Let's see. That's so. This is the link. It is in the chat. We're gonna be showing some of the book soon here, but the link is in the chat for that. We'll keep spamming it out as long as we're doing the show. Bruce Jackstone is here. Hey, Bruce, what's going on? He says hi, folks, and we're all caught up on comments here. I'm doing, I want to keep it lively. We got people coming in, and so you don't necessarily have to super chat tonight to get read. You might get read just by commenting. So
you know what? Send a super chat to the campaign. To put a little donation, like a little donation of $1.99. Yeah, that goes a long way.
Yeah, that's true. There are people that came in even on Doomface, and we're just like dropping $2, like just want to support. That it adds up. It does help.
Yeah.
So Jug Live says, so what do you guys think about the Infernal Hulk ending? And now you're gonna do it 4 shots, all at $7.99. I guess I'm ending my reading of that story till Hulk War comes out next year. What do you guys think about their publishing strategy?
Everyone is just at this point, let's just get to the Hulk War right now. Because Nick Klein isn't coming back to Infernal Hulk. What's going on? And they got the new guy in right now. He's fine. He's not great. He's not bad. He's fine. But it's just like, let's get to the Nick Klein action on the Hulk War. Because right now it just feels like we're treading water.
Agreed.
Yeah, that seems to be the overall consensus. Carmine, how are sales on Hulk in your shop?
Remember, I don't have the actual shop.
I'm sorry. I always confuse you with. Like I said,
I'd like
this
to
is why
it.
Josh has to be here to help me. At certain points, I'm going to throw to him because I just don't know what's going on.
Well, hopefully, I'll own it one day.
Yeah, I will say, from most of what I'm hearing, it seems like Infernal Hulk is selling pretty well, and people are kind of like bought into it because even Incredible Hulk that the scene was doing leading up to Infernal Hulk, I think once they ended that, started Infernal Hulk, they had earned a lot of the buy-in, and I think people know good things are coming with Hulk War. It's just this in between kind of slog that we're gonna have to get through. So my dog.
It really does bug comic buyers when you break up their run and then do, because I remember even back in the day, people being pissed about Old Man Logan, like no longer being in the Wolverine book, and then there being a special to finish it off because now their run feels weird. They don't like it. It's like comic collectors are very pedantic about the way books look on their shelves, the way things that play out in their collection. So it is really interesting. Juggeron says, also, I need to know, Aaron, did you check out the Alien Queen Hot Toys 1/6 scale? Yeah, I did check it out. There's no way I have room for that. Like, that is one thing that I would consider like buying outside of my normal scale because that is a great display piece. But
it comes with the loader too. It comes with the loader too, right?
Yeah. So I would have to build. I would have to build shelving. Like just like the walls have to be covered in shelves for me to have those kind of displays, and I can't do it. I do need some blank space in my home for peace of mind. Bruce Jackstone says, cool fact: Bonkers, that's from the Disney Afternoon for the uninitiated, is getting some forgiveness nowadays thanks to that Rescue Rangers film from 2022. Only thing missing for the Funny Bobcat is a comic book series with him, Miranda, and Lucky team up. I don't know. It seems weird. There's weird stuff going on. Reportedly with Dynamite and the Disney license, like they may have scaled it back into just certain titles. They may not.
They spent a lot of money. People don't really realize just how much money Dynamite spent on the IP licenses for everything from Disney and the toys and Hanna-Barbera. That is a silent killer right there. And if they're not making the sales, you're going to start scaling back.
And especially, I think that sales have been good on most of the stuff that they've done, or at least, enough to sustainable. But Dynamite, like so many companies, was hit by just the absolute scumbaggery of Diamond Comics and the way they seized it. Like they just kept all of the inventory they had and said, no, this is ours and we're going to sell it off. It's like, no, possession's 9/10 of the law. So it's a lot of inventory that they haven't paid the comic distributors for. I wish that there was a way to go after the Jeppy family for that personally, because what a scumbag. I've always known Steve Jeppy was a scumbag, but this in particular is just beyond the pale. Not happy about that at all. Well,
and
let's
there's a lot of smaller independent press people, a lot of like smaller independent publishers and stuff who have their inventory there with Diamond, and they're never going to get it back now, which is it sucks. It's an absolute shame. Not just DC, but small guys.
I would be surprised if Dynamite didn't have tens of thousands up to 100,000, or more in inventory with Dynamite.
Yeah, it's got to be like that.
Essentially stealing.
Yeah, it's got to be like that. That warehouse scene at the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark. You see the guy walking in with that crate and the Ark. It's got to be like that. I guarantee it.
Yeah. So Diamond will steal Dynamite's product and then use it, sell it out the back door, or sell it on whatever market they can get for it, and then so then you're looking at a lot of Dynamite inventory dumped into retailers like Ollie's. It would probably have a ton of Dynamite stuff that Dynamite never got paid for, cheap, which devalues Dynamite's product. It's a bad situation all around. And Diamond, what a bunch of scumbags. But you know what? We were calling it out for the longest time. We were saying that, this one choke point in the comics industry is not good. And, I bet there's a lot of retailers that aren't thrilled that they didn't make the decision to jump over to Lunar or to some other company, and they stuck it out with Diamond. I remember Chip Mosher from Distillery coming out and being like, "We're gonna stick with Diamond. Diamond's the way. Everybody abandoning ship. No, Diamond Comics." It's like, yeah. And then they quietly jumped ship as well. That was the funniest thing at con. I see the Distillery booth has now become the Neon Ichiban booth, and it's the same booth, but it's like. Yeah, now it says like Distillery presented exclusively by Neon Ichiban, and I'm like, oh, is Distillery exclusive to the company that the same Tech Pro owns? What a shock there! what a coup! And it's like, it's so funny. It's like nobody cares. I've never seen so much booth space devoted to so little.
Wow.
I'm not gonna lie, I forgot all about Distillery.
I think everybody did.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing that's worth the most attention is like, ooh, you took the consonants out of the word. Neat. That's like in the 90s, Josh. Remember when everybody was putting a Z on the end of things? Because that made it extreme. So we've got the campaign up on screen.
This poor DMC is cool.
We have the campaign up on screen. We have crossed 12,000, which is our most successful Unholy Nightmare campaign thus far. And it's right there. We're focused on the T-Rex that's been reanimated and is storming through the Museum of Natural History. This is a key point in the book. It's Bravo Dave says, "What is Distillery?" And my answer to that is exactly. So we've got the T-Rex on a rampage here. This is the scene in the trailer that scares Sully.
I forgot about that. That's right.
For those of you who don't know, Sully, we love Sully. Is one of our boys on Comics Aficionados every Saturday. But he didn't like the first Jurassic Park movie because it was so loud. But he loves the first Jurassic World movie, so we got to roast him on that. So
it's crazy. I love it.
I would love to see this animated. I would love to see this as a cartoon series. I would love to see the segment animated.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What kind of Aurelio? What kind of animation style? Like if they came to you and they were like, we're gonna option Unholy Nightmare and we want to do this animated series. Like what would be your dream style to see it in? Would it be like an anime or would it be like a more scaled down? Like what would you want?
I am divided actually because I have if we think about anime, 19th anime like Ninja Scroll or maybe all the Madhouse movies like also Cyber City or Eido or Goku Midnight Eye. If we talk about an anime styles, basically the Madhouse kind of anime. But what I would like is the kind of Spawn animation, Spawn animated series. If I should choose something. So actually, this is the first things comes in mind. But I always think about also some live action about when I've drawn Unholy Nightmare. Sometimes I think about a casting call. I have a specific casting call, especially for Trinacria, because there's a beautiful Sicilian actress that's called Miriam Leone. If you look around on Google, I think it's she would be pretty cool. But about animation, I always loved the Spawn animated series. That kind of shadows, the violence, the action. I pretty love this. about anime, the Madhouse kind of anime, the splatter anime. I am an 90s guy, so I have the lived the manga advent here in Italy. I was so I remember that on the comic shop in my city comes every kind of anime from Madhouse, from specific trash anime, if we like Urotsuki Doji, for example. It was my first time. So the only wrong animation was Beavis and Butthead for me, or South Park. Then I discovered all the anime stuff like Devilman. That was one of my favorite. The Gonagai stuff. Ninja Scroll, Akira, of course. There's so many stuff that lots of stuff that like Mad Bull, the Guyver. That the Guyver was I don't know if you remember, they make 2 live action movies, the Guyver Dark Hero and the Guyver Mutronics, that was involved with Brian.
I got the original. I got the manga. Yeah, I've got the manga right here on the bookshelf.
Exactly. I pretty love the live action movie, especially because Brian Yuzna was the producer. In fact, we have Jeffrey Combs, David Gale, and all his actor on the first movie, Mark Hamill. And my advice is to watch it. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, no. Anytime you've got Jeffrey Combs in something, it's a good time, even if it's fear.com.
Exactly.
He's always good, even in bad things.
Exactly. Dr.
Oh, look at this. Nosferatu the Vampire says, shout out to my baby boy Josh and Jay Bauman.
What's up, Jay Bauman?
What's
up, Nos?
Closing out Unholy Nightmare. We talk about this.
He said, I hear Space Oscar Carreno says, our delightful colorist says, and Oscar, if I'm mispronouncing your last name, please let me know, because that's the way I always say it, and I've never heard it spoken, so I'm not sure. He said, I hear Space Ghost and the Falcon and Blue Falcon are great. I wait for the Thunder trade paperback. Yeah, actually, David Pepos is the writer on that. I've known David for years, back when he was just like a fledgling comics journalist, and then he did his creator-owned book, which was a lot of fun. And he's killing it on Space Ghost. Everybody loves it. For $2, the Iron Man 728 says biggest hack in the indie comic scene. I'm sorry, Iron Man 728. I'll try to do better.
No, I think he posted that when we were talking about Distillery.
Oh, gotcha. No, I know. I didn't know who he was talking about, so I made it about me.
I will say I think there could be someone worse, but I can't remember what the name of the company is. It's the one that like they launched and they were like, oh, we want to be big in the indie scene, and they got no, but they pulled like Steve Orlando and what are the Bopsy twins? Oh gosh,
the Bopsy twins.
Yeah, I call them the Bopsy twins. They were working on one of the X books when they did this relaunch with X. Oh no, I can't think of their names. It'll come to me later, and I'm just going to shout out their names. Huh?
Was it the
two guys that always write together? And
Hive Mind, Jackson and Colin Kelly.
Yes, nicest guys. I haven't read one thing I've liked from them. Sorry.
It's like I've never worked with Colin. I did work with Jackson back at Ape Entertainment. He was working with another writer named Dave Server. And the two of them, I mean, we were doing like kids books. They were doing Penguins of Madagascar, but their penguin stuff was really, really fun. And Jackson, if you ever met him, he has like a lot of energy. He's a really good guy. Like I said, I really like him. I haven't read a lot. I'm kind of out of the mainstream comic book stuff. I checked out of the big two almost entirely. So I've not read like a lot of that stuff. But his Penguins was good. And then Nosferatu the Vampire says, why is Tom Green and Review Tech USA on the panel? I don't know. Aurelio, are you Tom Green? I don't know who Review Tech USA is.
I don't either. Nos is just crazy. We love Nos though.
Yeah, that sounds funny. Oh man. Kaiser Jose is joining us saying, "Sup, nerds? Rockin' Joshy Phillips is here. Too spicy."
Ooh, too spicy.
I love it, Josh, when your gang of degenerates comes into the stream. No, Kaiser's one of all of ours, but yeah, it's
Kaiser's awesome. Drewski, are you controlling the page, the webpage for the campaign?
Yeah, let's go through the covers, Drew.
Let's go ahead and head up to the top because I think there's roughly an hour left to back the book.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
spot on. 60 minutes. Look at that.
Yep. 60
Oh,
minutes.
damn.
60 minutes.
I'm buying a lottery ticket after this because that doesn't.
Rockin'
happen.
Joshy Phillips is on point.
I do want to say though, and we've said this a couple of times, but the fact that this campaign's at 12,000 is just freaking incredible. And I just Drew and Aurelio. I know earlier we're kind of talking about what's maybe helped with this, but I think there are so many things coming into play with what's driven these results. I do think the video is always a great tool to catch people. But we've had 2 issues now that you guys have done that people have read, and I think they've enjoyed. And you're seeing, some of those people come back. And Drew, I've mentioned that I think this is the best set of covers holistically that you've had for a campaign, and I think that's also just a huge banger. And we're gonna scroll down and look at this in a second. But Aurelio, I feel like your art's just getting better and better, and I know there's a new colorist on the book that complements you so well.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
But you're very welcome. But I do want to just take a moment with Drew and Aurelio, for people that maybe are catching us for the first time for whatever reason. Give us a little insight on the book. What's it about? Maybe kind of quick overview of the first 2 issues without any spoilers to let people know what they can expect here.
I'll say it's superhero monsters fighting evil monsters. That's the quick elevator pitch. Issue 1, I tell people it's very much tonally, it's like the movie From Dusk Till Dawn. It starts off where you think you're getting one thing. You think you're getting a typical superhero drug bust. But by the time you get to the halfway point, that's where you get the twist. That's where you get the horror story. It's like, whoa, what is going on here? This story just completely flipped. And it's not what I expected, which is a common reaction. Yes, that's exactly what I wanted from people. And it has a great cliffhanger, I believe, at the very end. And in issue 2 is when we see the world expanding even more. When we really learn more about our leads, Jenny and the Recluse. We learn more about who the potential villain is. We get the big reveal at the very last page, and we learn about more powerful characters in this world and what they're being brought together. And it's a way of, how should I say this? We talked about the book Terminal earlier, the new book. And where I felt what was wrong with Terminal is that it's just that exposition information dump, just all at once, just barfs it all out at once in one issue. I'm like, no, don't do that. I strongly, firmly believe let the information slowly come out, issue by issue by issue. Tell the audience what they need to know when they need to know it, bit by bit by bit. Leave them in suspense, leave them guessing. I did not want to bore people to death with exposition dumping. And you don't get that here.
No.
And I'd yell at you if you did.
Yes, you would. I appreciate that. I've told you that. Please. And everything I've even said, if I'm doing this, please punch me in the face if I do this. Mm-hmm. And I like to think, it's and the other factor is with comic books, art has to tell the story too. And with Aurelio, I have a fantastic storyteller, and if he's able to get it across without me saying anything, boom, my job is easier. There
Cut
we
the
go.
dialogue. Yeah, we do it all the time. We do. So for those of you unfamiliar with the process, Drew writes the script. I go through and I do an edit on it. Then it goes to Aurelio. Aurelio lays out the pages, inks them. It goes over to Oscar for coloring, and then when we once we have that all back and we're ready to go, before we give it to Bill, and we don't always do this, we don't always make it as easy on Bill as we should. So Bill, I apologize. I see you're in the chat and you say you bought a copy of Cover H this afternoon. Thank you so much, but you will also get some comps. But before we give it to Bill, we try to do like a lettering draft and go through and say, okay, what now that we're looking at what Aurelio's drawn. Is this dialogue necessary anymore? Can we cut things? And so we start like trying to slice things out of there. And then because when you have a fantastic storyteller, if you can get rid of text, the art is what sells the book. So cut as much text as possible. And I say this as somebody who's famous for writing characters that are unbelievably verbose. So, Darkwing Duck, Doomface, both characters that run off at the mouth. So, there is
at least with Doomface, it makes sense. I understand why he's verbose. He would be. But with the others, it's like, yeah, we can let's let him have fun. Let the others let them just ease back.
Yeah. Like if I open a bat related comic and I see Cassandra Cain with a wall of dialogue, I'm like, motherfucker.
I'm just thinking with Batman. If Batman is just, if I just see a wall of dialogue in Batman, I'm like, that's not fucking Batman. He would never be talking this much. No.
Yeah. No, not at all. Real quick, I do have to feel like I need to apologize to Bill for a certain page 6 of a certain comic that we're not talking about tonight, but will in the future. Anyway,
no, when we all get together, Bill deserves all the beers.
Yes, indeed.
Because often the letter is one of the last people to get their hands on the book, and so sometimes you've not done all of the legwork that you need for them, and then you go back and you're like, yeah, can we redo this part, and we cut this and we move this here, and the letter is just like, yeah, like I just picture Bill sitting there like with a cigarette. I don't think Bill smokes, but I've never seen him smoke. But I just imagine him with a cigarette, just like one drag just takes it all the way down to the butt. Just.
I love it. I do want to kind of comment too, because we were talking about Drew, what people can expect with this book and some of the characters and stuff. And I want to go back to the very first issue when we were doing the launch stream for that. And you and Aurelia were kind of talking about what sparked y'all's idea. And I think a lot of it came from the desire to do something that was fun and action-packed, because so many comics were just talking heads. And the fact that y'all wanted to kind of combine horror with this kind of like 90s animated series, vibe. And I think you mastered both of those beautifully. Now that we're 2 issues in with the 3rd issue out, is there anything that you have learned while writing this and this is for both of you, and maybe that you've like, oh, we can take this a different way, or are you still like 100% full steam ahead with the original plan?
I'm still 100% full steam ahead with the original plan. Nothing has really changed with what I've written in any of the scripts drastically, and if any, I mean, there's been probably maybe a few minor changes. I do know Aaron and I and Aurelia, the 3 of us, we had this is way down the road when we get to volume 3 of Unholy Nightmare. There's a big character moment where a character makes a decision, and we had a good spirited debate about it, and it makes sense. What we came up with, it makes sense to this point.
Nice.
But other than that, everything is pretty much how it's been pictured and envisioned.
And I don't know if people actually know, but I think you had 10 to 12 issues written by the time the campaign for the first issue was ending.
Actually, it sounds about right, because I was just in full-on writing mode. And when I'm typically in the zone, or if I'm pissed off about something or something I've read, I'm in the zone and I'm writing. So that's what happened. And I've already got the first 14 issues completely done, ready to go.
It's funny because I tell Drew, I just finished issue 14, and I'm like, cool, I'm not reading it yet. I will not remember it by the time that we get there. I was like, you can summarize it for me right now and tell me, give me the large picture, but I'm not getting into the minutia of it yet, because I will completely forget it.
I love it. Kirsty, will you scroll down so we can show some of this? I know we saw it briefly earlier, but I want to show some of Aurelio's interior art. Because it looks so dang good. And then remind me, who is the colorist that was added for this issue?
Oscar.
There we go.
Oscar Creno.
Oh, that's right. We've been talking to him in the chat this whole time. Mm-hmm. Apparently, Aaron's not the only one recovering from San Diego Comic-Con. I didn't even go, and I'm recovering. So,
actually, Josh, you would have when I tell you some of the stories, you would have had a good time. You should have been there.
I probably would have. Those weekends are so much fun, but also so exhausting. Aurelio, I would love to hear about some of your process. Like when you're getting Drew scripts and you read it, like how do you approach like the pages? Do you have just kind of what's your process like?
Oh well, usually I read the script, then start to translate to be sure to capturing every detail of the script, respecting especially what Drew would write. Then I make my storyboards that, as Dolan can show, maybe are small like this.
Yeah.
Are more some thumbnail than storyboards because I usually put details. Sometimes I maybe make some changes on the shots when I start the pencil directly. For the first issues, I have the possibility to ink myself. From issue 2, I have asked to my good friend and inkers, Gaetano Petrigno, as one of my best friends and a great inker that helped me to make the page faster, especially because I usually, especially when I draw Unholy Nightmare, I'm pretty jealous of what I do. I don't know if maybe my English sucks a bit, so apologize for that. What I want to say is that I try to put my best on the script, and especially respecting what Dolan write, because it's important. I try to maintaining all the details, the small details especially. Sometimes I like put some Easter eggs, for example, from other movies, or what I really love is the acting. For example, we are in front of the splash page of issue 3. Basically, the character are doing nothing, just talk about. But what I try to capturing is the static movements of people that normally talking, you know. It's something I try to explain to my students at school. The most art parts of the draw a page is when people don't do nothing. For example, when they are talking to the iPhone, or just they are sitting on a table and talk about. If you stay to talk, for example, like me, that I'm Italian and I move so fast my hands when I talk, for example, it's something that I try to capturing on my panels. If people, for example, is explaining what's happening, depending how he feel, I try to make it nervous, for example, like this, or try to make him that do this movement. It's something that I focus a lot on my page. I think that this makes the difference, the acting.
Yeah, I agree. Drew and I, we cover new comics every Thursday. We cover new comics every Thursday, and one of the notes that I feel like we talk about or bring up the most, like book after book after book, are how boring some of the panels are, because it is a bunch of people talking, and that's going to happen. You can't escape that. They're going to be characters talking. You have to have that in a story, but it will just be stagnant characters standing straight on, no personality. And one of the things that I love here is you can look at this one panel, this one image, and you get an idea of who each of these characters are to a degree just by their body language. I love that. Yeah, I love that you take the time to do that, and kind of, it's a small thing, but it goes so far to help elevate a book.
Basically,
we need to see more of it. Yeah.
Thank you so much. No, it means a lot, because it's something that I always focus hard. Another things I really like, especially maybe when we have, I don't find the right word, but I mean like a static page, for example. We see people just talking or present themselves. If, for example, it says an important characters, it's something that is the 19th. I always say, I like show the characters big, that comes out the panels. And all the panels around, as like something that I have learned from Image in the 90s. It's something I'm pretty proud about, if I can say, with a big respectful for the classic kind of storytelling. I try to make the page fun. I don't know if if I'm able to do, of course, but I try my best to make it. I always loved the when I think about Jim Lee, the period of the X-Men with the first issues. We always have these big figures comes out surrounding the page, and then we have some small panels all around, and composing the big. The page is not just a comic page; it's a big illustration that with the storytelling, of course. I don't know if I apologize, my English had some limit, but I don't know if it makes sense what I'm saying.
Your English is better than our Italian, so don't worry about it.
I'm from Texas. Your English is better than my English, okay?
I don't know. I'm not sure about, but thank you so much. I understand that maybe because I try to explain, I always forget the words. I try to prepare myself, but this is what I'm focusing about. Then you start to issues by issues, so you start to know better the characters. You know how that characters acting, respecting another one. We have Vlad, for example. He's elegant. If you must cut your throat, he's elegant when he do that. Recluse starting to destroying everything with his gun, or we have the Golem that is most like Bedrock or Hulk, starting to destroying every characters deserve his kind of movements. For example, we have the priest, Father Mario. We see him. He's pretty calm. He's pretty respectful. He's educated. He's kind. But when he gets angry, you see that.
He's got a quick temper. He's got a very quick temper. I like it.
Yeah.
He's a kind guy that is pushed too hard, and you constrict him to start to kick ass. Makes sense.
Yeah. I just noticed that we're working with the best of the week banner, and it's driving me crazy because I'm like, we should have had a. I mean, this is one of the best of the week, but
it is.
You know, I feel like we should have had a whole Unholy Nightmare banner back there.
It's all good. I noticed it earlier.
What are we paying for, Wes? Jeez.
Hey Drew, will you go back up just for a second? Because I have a question for the panel. Since we've all kind of done some reading, we've got the murderous row here of these characters. I'm curious to know, do you guys have like a favorite out of it? So right here we can see in the forefront Trinacria, Father Mario, Vlad. We got the Golem in the background. You've got Recluse going up, and oh gosh, why can't I think of the Jenny, the officer, the werewolf. Is there a certain character for each of you that you're like, oh, I'm really kind of hooked on this character, and I can't wait to see more?
Yeah, for me, it's Trinacria, and it's purely because I think Trinacria's design like appeals to me in so many ways. The color choices, the interesting backstory, the character, which we're going to be seeing more of. You're going to be getting that coming up. I really like, anytime she's on the page, I'm interested. From a dialogue standpoint, Vlad is my favorite because he's just such a catty bitch. And then Golem being the innocent character with the heart of gold. I really, really love him. Recluse is still in that position of, I don't know if you guys remember the line from Singles where Vince Vaughn tells him, you're going to go over there and we don't want you to be the PG guy that we hope is really making it happen. We want you to be the R-rated guy. We don't know if we like you, but we're interested in seeing, where your story's going. That's where Recluse is for me. So that's kind of like my relationship with each character so far.
Drewski, I know this is asking for like a Sophie's choice, but
who's your favorite kid?
Yeah, exactly. Who's your favorite kid? Oh man, just honestly, it's between the Recluse, Vlad, and Gollum. Those are my 3 favorites. I really love the Recluse. I love the journey we're going to go on with him, because we're going to see actual growth of the character. Shocking, isn't it? We're going to see him grow, and there's going to be a great moment in issue 5 when we get to it, when they're all really going to get to know each other, and the Recluse is going to really let out some past trauma and like things that made him who he is, and stuff that he's been living with, and why he's going out every night and just letting criminals have it. And I really hope people connect with that. And there's going to be even more as we get through the volumes with 2 and 3, especially in volume 3. But the Gollum, yeah, he's just that gentle giant, you know. And I love it. He can get brutal when he wants to. But and Vlad, yeah, Vlad is just so fun to write, because he is so different, just so elegant, just like Aaron said, a catty bitch, not afraid to get under someone's skin. You don't know if he's going to screw you in the sense of the word. You don't know which way what he's going to do to you. And the way I approach Vlad is just like he's a guy who's like, yeah, you name it, you look at it, whoever, whatever, he screwed it. I guarantee it. He doesn't go a certain way.
Exactly.
It's fitting for vampires. Aurelio, same for you, man. I know, again, it's like Sophie's choice. Which kid is your favorite? But do you have?
The first that I can say is Recluse. Is the very, 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 very first character I sketched. I can say him. I think that I'm still get my best to draw him. I'm still looking to make him as best as possible. I mean, in every time I draw him, I try to make him cooler as possible and say to myself, "Okay, Aurelio, that's good. You make good," but never happen actually. So I'm looking to draw him at the very my best. I love also Vlad and Dolan, know, especially when he has his super sweet top.
Oscar agrees with you. Oscar says Vlad, but with the costume, and I agree.
Yeah, exactly. Good choice. I love him. I love Trinacria, and I love Jenny. I basically, I don't think I have a favorite actually. Maybe I love all of them, but I'm looking to draw the best Recluse as possible of my life. So stay in touch.
We've got Ben Soto in the comments, and he says, good use of color holds by the colorist on the page to create that atmosphere perspective. Yeah, Oscar is really, there's we had a previous colorist on the first 2 issues, and I wasn't, it's not that they weren't a good colorist. It's just that sometimes you have a colorist that really understands the artist, and sometimes two don't mesh well together. And Oscar, there was another project that Aurelio was drawing that I was editor on, and I paired him and Oscar. And once we saw Oscar over Aurelio, it was like, okay, no, this needs to be the team. And Oscar does such a great job over Aurelio's inks and brings them to life in such a unique way that I've actually said that when we go to the trade and we kickstart the trade, I would love it if we got Oscar to just go back for consistency and color those first 2 issues so that the trade is just completely all across the board. All of Aurelio's art is uniform.
And Aaron, I'll say you're spot on, because I can't even remember when Drew first sent me this image back when it was first finished with the colors. But he sent it to me, and the first response I sent back to him is, "What's different?" Because I knew it was Aurelio, but I hadn't fully, I was trying to just figure it out. And he's like, "New colorist," and I was like, "Oh." And it's I kind of want to take back what I said when the kickoff stream happened, because I was like, "Oh, it elevates your art," and I do think it elevates your art, Aurelio. But I think it's just a good marriage. Like, you two understand each other and complement each other. And I think that's probably the best way to say it. But yeah, Oscar, if you're still in the chat, man, just know that the first time I saw this image, that was my response, is what's different, because it just popped so much more.
It's like he reads my mind, because when I start to draw a page in I start to imagine it in color in my head, and looks like every time he read my mind. I don't know if it makes sense.
No, it does.
It's exactly do what I always looking for my art. Nothing. I don't want to say nothing wrong about the first colors, of course. It's just a question of feeling sometimes. It's not a question of skills. Oscar is an amazing colorist, and I was usually not much happy with my stuff during my career about the colors. But because, sometimes maybe could be my artwork the problem, no? Maybe the colorists don't understand what they have drawn. Maybe something that is it's readable or clear for me isn't clear enough for the colorist. Oscar looks like understand what I'm doing. That, so I'm happy about that, of course.
No, and what I was going to say, what you just talked about, it reminds me of a line from the movie The Blues Brothers that the character Donald Duck Dunn says about the band Blues Brothers, where he says, "We had enough power to turn goat piss into gasoline." That's what we got here. Just this team we put together. We got enough power to turn goat piss into gasoline.
We are up to 175 backers, $12,340.
Nice.
So, it feels satisfying when you hit those numbers. Like 175 feels good.
Yeah. We are we're 8 backers away from tying issue 1's backer count.
Nice.
Yeah.
And but more money this time.
Yeah.
But more money this time. Yeah, this is wild.
I ran into Paul Thayer at Comic-Con, who does a comic book that I really like. It's his character is Crimson Pain, but the book is called Project Neosis, and he's doing all kinds of stuff. And Paul is like just a great great salesperson, great marketing person, great just standing at a con and like luring people into his table and getting them to buy. He's really, really good. But I was having a discussion with him, and he asked how it's going, and I said we're almost to 12, I think. Although I told him, I said, like, well, I've been here at con, I haven't been tracking it, but I think we're almost at 12. And he said, that's really good. He said, because he goes, you get stuck kind of sometimes. He goes, my campaigns, he goes, for a while, we were just like steadily 6,000, which was good. But like, he goes, then we finally hit that point where it's like people knew we were consistent and people kind of got into it. And then, the numbers went up.
Yeah. Something else I mentioned to Drew, I think it was Thursday night too, is like less backers, more people spending more money, and we were probably in the most difficult financial time that we've been in since we've launched these Unholy Nightmare. I mean, people's wallets are tight, and people are still saying, "Yeah, no, hey, I'm gonna put money into this because I believe in it and I like it." And I think that's a huge win. So
people want some entertainment.
Yeah, Hart Fisher said the exact same thing to me. You guys are saying, and he's like, this is incredible what you guys have done so far. And he's like, because there's other Kickstarters, by the time you get to the 3rd or 4th issue, everything is dropped off by 50%. But you guys, the fact that you're growing, it says a lot. So we're on the right track. We're doing something right here, Aurelio.
Heck yeah.
Speaking of doing things right, let's go down and look at some of the covers that we've got.
That's what I was about to say. Because we got so many good covers here.
Yeah.
This, and I got to thank he's not on the camera right now, but Carmine really helped us get some of these cover artists that we have, especially later on, like the Katya and with Lesley and the others, getting them in line, just and helping to financially put us in that position to be able to afford them. A lot of these covers couldn't have happened without Carmine. So
nice.
Thank you.
Thank you, Carmine. By the way, Carmine, I found out that you were who was being referred to as Review Tech USA, because I went and looked up who that was, and he's a bald guy with a gray beard. So, I mean, I guess I could also almost technically qualify for that role, but
I don't know where that name came from, but
this Rocafort cover, man. His use of lighting and his use of color like never ceases to amaze me. Like I continually stare at the Doomface cover he did. This is his first Unholy Nightmare cover. Look at how good that is.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about how y'all got Kenneth on like, is there a story behind snagging Kenneth?
I practically raised his kids, and he was like, you need anything? I'm like, yeah, do a cover for me. He said, all right, fine, I guess. So, and here we go.
He didn't say it like that. He goes, fine, I guess.
Wait,
I wish,
did you
but,
really like? Did you really like babysit or look after his kids?
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm Captain Goldball. I'm like, wait, I didn't know this.
It's my go-to line when it turns out in some way I know someone popular or famous. It's what Kramer. It's like from Seinfeld when Kramer has the Merv Griffin set, and George says to him, "You're having Jim Fowler on your show? How'd you get him?" He's like, "I practically raised his kids." Come on. So that's my little go-to line. It's like, yeah, how the hell did you get Kenneth Rocafort? Practically raised his kids. But no, he's a good guy. He's actually a great guy to chat with creatively, and he helped out Aaron and I. He got Aaron his kick-ass cover for Kneel Before Doomface, and
that got us a lot of attention.
Yeah.
That is still when I dropped that cover, that is still the most retweeted Doomface post I've ever done. Was that Rocafort cover? It got us a lot of attention.
It was so cool seeing it come in stage by stage, and he got it done pretty damn fast too, which is
real fast.
I kept telling the story this weekend. I said, he's like, I'd like to do a cover for you. And I'm like, I'd love you to do a cover, but I can't afford. I was like, I don't think I can afford you. And he was like, no, we'll work it out. He's like, you can do some writing for me and things. And I still continually go back to him and go, can I pay you back yet? You need that writing done? You need that editing done? And he's like, no, not yet. But he was like, yeah, no, I'd love to do it. And I was like, okay. So in my head, I'm thinking sometime down the line, I'll have a Kenneth Rocafort cover. And then he like messages Drew and I, and he's like, what do you think of this sketch? And it's like this really like detailed sketch. And it was like, yeah, that looks amazing. And then what was it, like 12, 16 hours later, there's like a finished cover. And you and I are like, what? The man's a machine.
Yeah, he really is.
That reminds me, I've got to reach out to him and get his address so I can send him his comps.
Yeah. And then Draxgal. This was this one. I was so proud to get this. Carmine, he was instrumental in helping me get Draxgal. We reached out to him, and he knocked this out pretty damn fast. This was our first real second big get, and very sexy, very hot cover.
Mm-hmm.
And this is one of those I feel like it will continue to do well, after the campaign ends, when people see it, and as Draxgal gets more and more popular, people are going to want to collect this one.
Yeah, I didn't run into Draxgal at San Diego. At one point, I went looking for him, but you know how it is. Like, you go looking for somebody, and then you run into like 5 different people that you know, and then next thing you know, you're going, well, let's go over and see this guy. You're going over to see somebody, and then you forget what you were doing to begin with. So I always feel bad when that happens.
And before you know it, half an hour's already passed, or an hour.
And then you're exhausted, and you're just, I got to go sit down back at the booth and sell some stuff, and then you forget what you were doing. It's I did get over to see Katja though. And Xavier, her manager, nice. And had a nice conversation with both of them. I was delighted to find out that Katja had an exclusive Juri Han Street Fighter cover, so I picked that up.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, good times. And go down a little more, Drew.
And Shane Connery Volk. Man.
Who I always call Sean Connery Volk, and because my brain just makes...
Yeah, it's hard not to do that. It just he's got that name. But this was another big get for me because I loved Nottingham. It's one of the best takes on Robin Hood in decades, and his art was fantastic in it. And the fact that this isn't his primary gig, he's a musician, and he just did this on the side. It's like he killed it, and I couldn't be happier. And like I just keep waiting to find out where he's going to be at a convention. That way we can do like a certain convention exclusive variant for this cover that he's going to be at to have it there. But yeah, this was a great one to get.
Yeah, I love that.
I feel like if any of the covers really kind of lean into that horror and intensity, I think this is it, and I think it's such an awesome cover. And Shane is just such a cool guy. Like, Drew, you've done streams with him before. Like, just super chill cool guy. I didn't realize music was his main source of income. He just kind of does this on the side. It makes me sick when people are like, yeah, just do that as a side gig, and they deliver something like that. I'm like, sit down, go away.
You know what's nice about it though is like when they make their living somewhere else, they're not afraid to talk to us. Because it's like
that's true.
Because they don't really give a shit if some assistant editor somewhere that doesn't like us doesn't give them work because they're like, I'm fine. It's so weird. Like, there's all kinds of people in the industry that like I don't like, but if someone's friends with them, that's their business. I don't care. Or if someone talks to them, I don't care. I'll still work with them. It's it's such a weird baby game.
That's what I was gonna say. It's such a baby game, but also like, how many of those people have also never even had a conversation with any of us? I'm like, have a conversation with us before you determine like whether you like us or not.
Yeah, I mean, like you can tell me like I didn't like what you had to say, and I'll say, okay, what was it?
Yeah.
We can have a discussion about it. We might walk away friends. You never know. I've certainly like there's people that have said things about me, and then I've run into them and talked it through, and we ended up becoming great friends.
Absolutely. It happens if you just have a conversation.
Because, Josh, you remember when you were a kid, you'd ride around your neighborhood, you'd meet some other kid, you guys would get into a fight for some stupid reason, and then that was your best friend for years.
Right.
And that was a physical fight.
That was a physical fight.
No, look, Bravo Dave is saying more loud panels.
Rawr. Dinosaur. Rawr.
Sully's the perfect encapsulation of the joke, a joke that Roger Langridge did in the Muppet Show that I absolutely love. It's Gonzo has to go to the library to do some research, and he's just holding a book, and then the librarian has brought in a cop and is pointing to him and says, officer, can you throw that man out? His jacket is positively deafening.
We do.
AL. She says it's because your comics are good. Thank you.
That's why people are coming back. Yeah. Drewski, who did this cover of Jenny here?
This is Jonathon McDaniel. So he does a lot of paintings at conventions. He actually did one for Art the Clown from the Terrifier series. That wherever that actor goes, that banner he has, Jonathon McDaniel painted it. So he does a lot of stuff for a lot of the actors and such who are going to be there at conventions, and they're all beautiful. He showed this one bit by bit by bit as he was painting it. It was incredible. The model he got for this, she is gorgeous. This was a fantastic cover, and it was funny is that when Jonathon started seeing all the other covers, he was like, "Wow, I didn't really realize how horrific this comic was going to be. I would have gone a little bit more hardcore into horror with this." It's like you can do it next time. Don't worry about it. We'll get you. You can worry about that next time.
Yeah, you have her like tearing out of her flesh, or like something, kind of like horrific, like sexy but also scary.
I mean, I still really like. I still think this is fitting though. Like Jenny is a pretty sexy character, and this is it's giving a cover that's different than everything else. I think this works, and yeah, she's those are real.
I do too. Kaiser Jose says, I recently dropped 17 books from my polls, including all Energon books, but I'll always support Dolan and Sparrow. Ooh. Thank you so much, Kaiser. That's really nice of you to say.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Oh, JC Grande. Oh,
JC Grande, the guy's a machine. He killed it here. Dan Kemp, the colorist, I remember pissing him off greatly for him coloring this. Just pretty much saying, I just want to let you know how much of a pain in the ass it's supposed to color this. Like, yeah, I'm sorry. Here you go. Here's some money. Thank you. And yeah, he absolutely killed it. Just, I love covers that tell you what's going to happen in the book, which is a novel concept. And
don't get a lot of that anymore.
No,
you don't. And this actually happens in the book. Go figure.
So AL says she got the Rocafort cover, and then Bravo Dave said, does Rocafort do regular work? He does, but mostly he's working on his creator-owned book, Broken, which is absolutely, of course, it's gorgeous, but it's actually really interesting, too. I really am enjoying it so far.
Yeah, and I got the New 52 Red Hood and the Outlaws collection that came out. I showed him some of his art that he had in it. He was just telling me some behind-the-scenes stuff of what they did. And it was interesting.
I would have loved to have been part of that conversation.
Yeah, that's the always the great thing about the cons is you get to have those, and this is how it went down behind the scenes, and some of the stuff in the industry is just absolutely crazy how anything comes out at all.
Yeah, there's new 52 days. I would love to know more about, because when I heard from Jerry Ordway about Grant Morrison, what he was doing with his scripts, I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And a lot of Jerry just said Grant Morrison, he would just come into the DC offices, drop off his script, and just ghost. GTFO. No one would ever hear from him again until the next script. He would not be.
Lepresti tells great stories about working on Sludge at Malibu. That was much the same. Is that he goes, the reason that I ended up writing some of the books was because Steve Gerber would only come in would only drop a script when he needed money. And he goes, and one time, like, he hadn't turned anything in, and he came in and he wanted money, and the guy said, or the publisher said, if you want money, sit down at that computer and write me a script right now. And Steve Gerber sat down and did it.
That's so wild.
So, Kaiser says the Draxgal Naughty and Nice cover sits on my wall. Ooh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
there's going to be
he killed it. Yeah, he killed it on that one.
There's definitely some Naughty and Nice stuff that's going to be talked about in the near future.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
Comics Embraced says gives me Bill S vibes. I'm going to say that you're referring to Bill Sienkiewicz because I assume you didn't want to try to spell that.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to spell it either. Don't worry. I always have to Google it.
Yeah.
I just do it like he does on his Twitter. I just write Sienkiewicz. It's like.
And boom, this guy. Oh, I love it. Yeah, Andrey Lunatik, the Mad Russian, Shelby Robertson. These guys killed it here.
Shelby's the Greens. I'm sorry, Drew. Go ahead.
No, you're saying the Shelby's and the Greens?
Yeah, Shelby with the greens here, like that glowing green, like really pops. I wanted, like, I saw this and I was like, we're gonna do a foil of this, right? A spot foil with the green at some point. Like, we're gonna redo this.
If Shelby is ever at a convention, if he ever leaves the state of flippin' Arizona, which I don't think he does, but if he does, we would absolutely do this as a convention exclusive with him. Where it'd be like,
does he do the cons in Arizona?
And,
because we could
would
go to him in Arizona if he'll go to the con.
I do. Yeah, he does the cons in Arizona, and he does like Phoenix Fan Fusion, I think, and a few of the other ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those. I think Fan Fusion might be a good one.
I think Shelby has to stop working to go to a con. I feel like that man is just like always going.
Yeah, he's a machine. He's always working on Rob Liefeld stuff. I mean, hey, good for him. Those are steadily paying gigs. I mean, the young blood, that's not slowing down anytime soon. So he's continuing to work on that stuff for him. And he just keeps telling me all the work he's got. I'm like, that's fucking amazing, man. That's great.
Yeah.
And he still has time to do my stuff. So that's even better.
Heck yeah.
Was it originally Bloody, Drew? Is that the one where it came back and it was blood? Drew, was that cover the one where it came back and it was blood?
No.
And I said it should be no? It was a different one? Or different image?
I think it was a different one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it was an interior page. It was an interior page
right.
that Oscar colored. Yeah. And the next one here, we got the Dahn, rest in peace. This was his last piece he did before he passed back in February. And I said, we're making this a foil because it had foil written all over it. And he just absolutely killed it.
Yep.
This is the one that makes Sully scared.
Throwing the sound effect with it. It's such a good. I've gushed over Vu since the first time I saw his work. Everything I've seen from that man, I love, and I'm glad this is the foil. I wish he were still around to do more because my God, and he makes it look easy. That's what makes it crazy. Is it's just, but I was gonna say too, it's such a simple cover in a lot of ways as far as the story that it's telling, but it's also so powerful that you've got Gollum here just like taking on the T-Rex. Like it's so badass.
Yeah, and on top of that, I mean, Aurelio does a good job of conveying that in the story. just how outmatched the Golem is to this dinosaur, and it's great. The fact that Vu came from video games to comics because he loves comics, that says a lot. And God, the guy was a machine. He was a beast. People will never understand just how talented he truly was.
And now we
here
got
we
the
go.
Va Voom.
Yeah. Wow, wee wah. This is
Sexy Jenny.
Yeah, sexy Jenny here. Yeah, I remember being at Alamo Draft House. I was getting ready to go see a movie, and this dropped. Carmine actually called me, and he said, "Hey, tell me if I got Katya on the cover." I'm like, "Yeah, right. That's not going to happen." And he said, "Oh, wow, it actually is happening. I did not expect that. How about that?" And yeah, she absolutely killed it. Jenny is drop dead gorgeous here.
Yeah. This is another one too that it's so subtle, but it hits so many points. Like it's one of those kind of sexy type convention covers. It's tasteful, but you have everything that you need in that shadow that's in the background there. That's like, all right, you've got this beautiful woman, and then there's this monster underneath, and I love this cover so much.
Yeah, this was such a good, like, what a great concept, and then the execution on top of it even better. And I love the fact that she's holding her gun. You can see the holster on her bare leg. Like, there's just so many elements that Katya put into this that I absolutely I think it's spectacular. She does such good work and such a sweetheart. Like, when you talk to her, she's just so like humble and unassuming.
Very soft spoken. Yeah.
Really nice person.
Yeah, getting to meet her at MegaCon and Xavier. Yeah, it was great chatting with them. Chat with her, and God, I just think about the Silent Nights cover she did, and just how quickly that sold out in a day. It was nuts.
All right, Drew. What else we got?
Next,
take us on the tour. Here we go. Here's one of my covered by one of my favorite people in the world, Leirix, aka Lesley. To us. She is just an absolute doll, and man, what a talented artist she is.
Yeah,
and I'm incredibly talented.
Yeah, I'm gonna second total sweetheart. I had the pleasure of getting to kind of chat with her in the streams and stuff, and I love her to death. And look, I can't help but bring up the story because this was not drawn to be a cover.
That's true. Yep, it was a gift. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah, it was just meant as a gift, and I'm like, what the hell? And I forget who I shared it with, a series of events, but then I eventually asked Lesley, "Hey, would you be cool if we made this a cover? You finish this up?" And she said, "You sure?" I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely." And she got it colored, and this was added at the last minute. Literally. And before we knew it, this cover outsold everything else. This red variant.
This
wasn't even close.
The 48-hour cover. And man, people were buying it up. They were jumping in on it. It's so striking with the red. It's so well done. When Drew showed me this, I was like, yes. And I told him, I said, I understand that this is a gift, but any good capitalist will monetize this gift. And and if anyone says like you shouldn't monetize a gift, the simple excuse is it was so good I couldn't keep it all to myself. I had to share it with the world.
Absolutely. And she offered to put up the original art. We're like, are you sure? So she did, and before we knew it, the OA sold within a matter of hours. It was gone, and including another sketch that she did, gone. And it's like, wow, okay. So because the reception was so well for this one, we decided to do another one. We did it, the non-48-hour variant, just in a cobalt blue variant, if you will, of what she did.
I mean, I could see foils of these too. Like, I really could.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you get them, we give that as an option you can do. You can do a foil add-on for it.
Oh, nice.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
There are things I want to say that I can't say, so I'm just staying quiet.
Well, let's just say this is not the last time we will be seeing Lesley on an Unholy Nightmare cover. Let's just say
There we
that.
go.
I do like to hear that.
I do like to hear that as well.
And it won't be the last time that I'm sure that Carmine pulls off some Hail Mary. You know, like I don't think this will be the last campaign where Carmine doesn't come in and go, "Hey, guess what?"
Yeah.
Comics Embraced. Here, kitty.
Yeah.
So Drew, I think this is showing that you have the option of getting these in trade or virgin, correct?
That is correct. You can get the trade dress, or you can get the virgin covers as well, or you can get all of them. You get trade dress and virgin.
Heck yeah.
But, yeah, Josh, I agree. This is the most powerful group of covers that we've had so far.
Yeah,
and I couldn't be happier.
What's crazy is that's not and that's not intended to be a knock on any of the covers from the first two. The first two campaigns had fantastic covers as well. And it was one of those things, like, if you had gone back and said, hey, we're going to have an even better set of covers, I would have been like, bullshit. And then it happened, and I was like, what the hell, man? Like,
well, it's when you start saying, like, this is where you start using the phrase murderer's row of cover artists.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just so good. So good.
Yeah. And it really just makes you think and wonder, like, how has no one else been able to stack their book with this many covers? That's
right.
That's
what. Yeah, but we've been very fortunate.
There are 9 minutes to go in the campaign, by the way. We are still at 175, 12,340. So if anybody is thinking, is on the fence, you got 9 minutes left to jump in on some of these things.
Yeah, when we started the stream, it was $12,050. So we've had some purchases already, but heck yeah.
I'm always the person who's like, let's just do a stream to celebrate it, and if people come in and they pick up the book, that's awesome. But let's just come in and have a good time. And I think that everybody's responded really well, and thank you to everybody who's shown up tonight. Appreciate you being in the chat.
Yes, Drew, if you'll go back up, I believe with the Katya cover there is something special that people can get if they would like. Correct?
That is correct, Josh. We are offering. There's a disclaimer about it. You're going to have to wait until probably the end of September, early October. But if you want the Katya cover and you want her to sign it, or if you'd like her to remark it, or both, we are offering that with the Katya. Yes, you can be able to get it from her. So the plan is, once we get our numbers in. Once the Kickstarter officially ends, we're going to figure out how many signatures and remarks we need, and we're going to get those all printed and sent off to Xavier and Katya when they are at Dallas Fan Expo in September. That way she can be able to fulfill all of those orders, and we can be able to get those done before, hopefully, New York. But there's a disclaimer there. Like, if you want the Katya signature and remark, you're going to have to wait until September or so to get those back.
I mean, look, I think that's more than worthwhile, especially if you're getting signature, great. But if you're getting a remark, man, that's just too awesome.
Yeah, Katya remark. Come on.
Yeah,
come on.
Drew. So Kaiser said in the chat, "Oh, I heard that Drew has Joe Mad doing a cover," and I said, "Joe Mad's one of my dream kits." And then he said, if not Joe Mad, Kari Andrews is just as nice. Do you want to tell your Kari Andrews story?
Oh, God damn it! So I think was it Sunday morning? I think it was Sunday or Saturday morning. Me, and Lesley, Leirix, we were walking down the Artist Alley, and we're walking past someone, a thin man with a ball cap. And I go and think, hey, it's Jamie. Jamie Tan was coming up to chat with us. So we start chatting with him, and I start calling him Jamie, and people start looking at you guys start looking at me weird. Like, what are you talking about? I'm like, this is Jamie. And he's like, and I think you said, he said, I'm Carrie. And
no, I said, this is Kari Andrews.
What?
Yeah, because I realized like you started calling him Jamie, and then I was like, oh, maybe Drew knows, maybe like his middle name, or maybe Kari's his middle name, and Drew knows him by his first name. Because I don't. Drew knows people. Like Drew comes to me sometimes, and he's like, I was just talking with so and so, and I'm like, I don't know who that is, and then Drew will explain to me, and I'm like, oh, okay. Drew knows everybody, so I'm just like, oh, all right, I'm going with it. And then you said something, I can't remember specifically what it was, but I realized that you were referencing Jamie Tyndall's work, and I kind of saw like Kari's face, like, I don't think I worked on that. And then I was like, oh, like I got to step in here. And but Cary Andrews, to his credit, was completely gracious. Drew explained, I'm sorry, Jamie rocks the same like kind of hat look. You guys kind of have a similar build. You look similar to me. And Kari could not have been nicer about it. He's like, no, I get it. These cons, they absolutely cook your brain after a while. So he couldn't have been a nicer guy, but it was just funny because when we walk away, Drew's like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. And I'm like, don't be. I said, Drew, listen. I said, every time I meet Barbara Kiesel, I introduce myself, and then she goes, we know each other, Aaron. And it's because Barbara is just one of those people that, like, when she changes her hair, I think she's an entirely new person. I would be fooled by Clark Kent, okay? Like, Josh could be going like, no, look, holding up pictures going, Clark Kent is Superman. And I'm like, his hair's different. And Superman doesn't wear glasses.
Get out of here, you crazy. Have you been drinking whiskey again? Yes.
What are you talking about, Josh? Ah.
That was like the first
awesome
time I had ever gotten someone confused with someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt so embarrassed. But I guess, like you said, in my defense, if you were to stand Cary next to Jamie Tyndall, I guarantee you, half of the people would have been confused. They would have thought Jamie was Cary or Cary was Jamie. I guarantee it.
Yeah, like if they were in a lineup, maybe you'd know who was who, but also maybe not, depending on how when the last time you saw him was and how familiar you were with him.
Yeah. But let's just say I've talked to Cary about stuff. We're talking. We're talking. That's all I gotta say.
Sweet.
Very nice.
Yeah, super nice.
And he'll always have that over you. So at any panel, if you ever do a panel together and you're talking, he'll always be able to like rib you on that.
This guy wouldn't work for me. He didn't even know who I was.
I know they'll be on a panel and Drew will be like, well, what was the story, Kari? And Kari will be like, oh, I'm surprised you know who I am.
And Lesley's looking at me like, what? Look at us like, what's going on? What?
I love it.
There's a movie where something like that happens. Well, by the way, we got 3 minutes. 3 minutes in the ball game on the campaign.
3 minutes?
But there's it's LA Confidential, where he goes in and Exley's like,
the Lana Turner scene. Yes.
Yeah, a whore cut to look like Lana Turner is still a whore. And then just Kevin Spacey's like, that is Lana Turner.
I love it.
I love that scene.
I think she throws a drink in his face or she slaps him or something, and it's like, it's deserved.
Yeah. She throws a drink in his face, and they go back into the car and they're both laughing about what happened. Yeah.
Drew, 2 minutes left. I did want to mention there are 2 add-ons people can get with this book, and one is a Vlad story, one is a Gollum story. Gollum actually came out with issue 2. You're re-releasing it here. Vlad, it's the first chance for people to get this. These are kind of like origin stories, correct?
That is correct. Yeah, this Dracula, the Vlad Dracula one was originally intended for Born of Blood. That didn't happen, so we repurposed it for Unholy Nightmare. We have Vlad as a character in the story. And Gollum, I'm incredibly proud of. Vu illustrated the whole thing, black and white, cover and interiors, and told in very much in the style of EC Comics. Aaron and I, we worked hard on this. It's been critically well received. Not just one, not two, not three. A lot of people, a lot of critics have reviewed it and loved it. And I hope more people discover it over time.
A lot of people are saying
I want to see the word masterpiece.
It's a lot of people are saying masterpiece. A lot of people throwing that word around. People tell me. A comic like no one's ever seen before.
Yep. Both are excellent. Both
Yes,
fantastic
Master.
art, black and white art. So
Mhm.
yeah.
I love that the supplementals are
Yes.
black and white and that they're
Yeah.
done in that style. I think that I think that really lends itself to kind of like what we're doing in the feel of what Aurelio and Drew have created here. I'm really proud of this book. It's one of my favorite things to work on. And Drew, thank you for bringing me in on this, because I'm having a blast working with you guys.
Hey, thanks for being a part of it. This wouldn't have happened without Aurelio. This all started with him. We're working on Born of Blood. Thanks to Carmine for hopping on board as well. A lot of this wouldn't have happened without Carmine. And thanks to Josh for helping get the word out. Motivate us and be somewhat critical when we need it. It's been fantastic, and we're not slowing down anytime soon.
Nope.
And thanks to all of you guys for being proofreaders on Kneel Before Doomface. I found out this week we all missed one typo. Every single one of us.
Oh no.
It happens. It really, it's just like you can read it
Yeah.
20, 30 times. You're going to but it's a shame. But it happens.
There's a phenomenon. Like, have you ever seen those things online where it's like, if all of these words have one word moved one, or have one letter moved one space over, but you can still read it perfectly because your brain fills in the gaps.
Correct.
Sometimes when you're editing, that happens, no matter how many times you go through it. AL, I appreciate you saying, I appreciate your sympathy. I just had to come to terms with it, and I had to say that, you know what, that's how everyone will know that they have a first edition, is because it will be fixed in all future versions. So, everyone will know that's, that's it.
Listen.
That's first printing.
I'm just sticking with I'm from Texas. Excuse me. We talk more gooder around here.
Yeah.
My friend
more
Ree
good.
actually said, just have Colonel Silverstreak say grenade that way every time, and lay it on the fact that he's an old war horse and he's got shell shock.
It's awesome. I love it.
We are funded. Congratulations. We
We
made
are.
it.
Look at somebody coming in just under the wire to make it 176.
That's awesome.
All right.
Love it.
Was that Josh?
Oh,
No, it was not. I did purchase, but it was not me coming in at that last minute. Again, and this is to everyone. Aaron, Drew, Aurelio, Carmine, because I'm learning just how involved you were too. Like, congrats on this freaking campaign, man. Like, I hope you all feel proud. And that's the one thing that I constantly tell Drew, and I'm referencing Drew because I talk to him the most out of this lot, because we talk every Thursday. We stream every Thursday. But man, just everything that I get to see you guys do from the going back to, I remember Drew talking about his first comic that he was going to do. We're not going to talk about the comic or the publisher, but I remember him and being excited and just, getting ready for that. And then just how much, Drew, you've grown as a writer. And then getting to be in Dallas with you and watching you kind of throw stuff down. And I was like, dude, how are you doing this so fast? And then Aurelio, especially getting to kind of get to know you over these past few years, starting with that first issue, getting to hear you guys talk about this book, why you created it, your kind of passion behind it, what you pulled from, and just the love of we want to create something fun. We want to create something exciting. And the fact that it's all this work, 3 issues later, more issues to come. You guys are still passionate about it and having a great time. And y'all are both busy. Like, Drew, you're working on a number of other books that you're writing. Or really, you kind of referenced it earlier, but you teach. You teach making comics. So you guys are constantly going. Aaron, your work editing 3,200,000 and something books right now.
Yeah, and part of a writer's room. That's my regular gig, and it's a lot of juggling. Also, I just took on more work, Josh, with another company. So
but keeping some things quiet because I don't know if they're. But yeah,
no, nothing's public yet.
Okay, yeah, perfect. I know how busy you guys are, and I know, day jobs, doing this, it can be a lot. It can be tiring and it can be exhausting. And I'm sure there are days where you're like, I don't know if I want to. Whatever that might be. Sit down and write. Come do a stream. Promote the book. Like whatever it might be. But the fact that you keep kind of coming in, churning it out, just kudos to the work. And I hope the success of this campaign lets you guys know how many people believe in what you're doing, how many people love and enjoy what you're doing, and that's fire to just keep going.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And this leads to two things I want to show off because the gentleman showed up earlier in the chat, Mr. Ethan Van Sciver, Comic Artist Pro Secrets. We had mentioned that he has done a cover for Unholy Nightmare 4, which we are launching in October. So I thought I would go ahead and share that cover now that he is done. Thanks to Carmine. Carmine really helped us get this done. This wouldn't have happened without him. See if I can share this. Okay. I think I got it. Here we go. Oh, that's too big.
That's what never mind.
By the way, Drew, okay, Josh, that joke, since Drew's working on getting that together, I'll just tell you this. I saw this great image, and it was like the world's smallest horse, like, in the Guinness Book of World Records, and they show it like standing next to another horse, and it's so tiny, like it is really, really small. And the first comment is a guy going, "When I tell people I'm hung like a horse, this is specifically the horse I'm referring to."
All right, here we go. I got it. I'm gonna put it right over here. There we go. This is the Ethan Van Sciver cover right here.
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh,
Fully colored.
wait, can I full screen that? Let me see. That's not the right. I don't think I can make that any bigger.
So I'm going to jump in and say I got to see the pencils of this, and then I know Ethan did streams when he was working on this. This is actually the first time I'm getting to see it with the full colors and that red background, and I really like it popping on that.
Yeah,
red
I've never seen it with the red background. Oh, and this is a cover. It's got is Insane Jane in the background?
Yep, that's Insane. Insane Jane right there. Yeah. And we got Shadowrun right there, facing off the Recluse, and you got Herbert West back there. Then you got the Sears Tower back here, where it's all taking place in issue 4. And we might as well say the fit hits the shan.
Another story specific cover. What?
I know, right? Who'd have thought? Such a novel concept. And yeah, I love how he illustrated Jenny here. She is absolutely beautiful, and just especially Insane Jane. I just sent him just one piece of concept art and another image from a cover that we had done, and he absolutely killed it. And I could not be happier. It's so crazy knowing that he illustrated this all by hand. You watch the video, the whole building, everything, inked, everything, just insane.
Who did the colors?
Kyle Ritter.
Okay, that tracks.
I will say too, I always love watching artists work because I mean, like writing, understanding, crafting a story, working a story, I totally get it. But art for me is so foreign, and I don't understand it to the level that I probably should. And it was really cool watching Ethan work on this because he was talking about just perspective and drawing lines and how you want to approach it and just the technicality of it, And I'm like, oh, that's just so crazy to listen to. Because of course I would never know that. I'm just like, you guys amaze me. But yeah,
I agree. This was my first time ever watching an artist work like that, and it blew me away. But what really blew me away was the color. When Drew sent it to me, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is like in another world. It's unbelievable, the color, like what it does, how this cover just pops. It's just beautiful. Really, really beautiful cover. Couldn't be happier with the results.
And Kyle, like a lot of colorists, is an artist himself. He did do his book Starblades, which I have. And the thing that I liked about so his character designs were really good. It looked like something that, like a Saturday morning cartoon show you would have got like back in the 90s, and then he did his own colors over the top of it, and it looked incredible. So again, you talk about pairings. Like obviously, Oscar brings out the best in Aurelio's work, and here Kyle is bringing out the best in Ethan's work.
Now, but wait, there's more. As was said in the movie Scary Movie, that's just one big announcement. I did show the black and whites of this. We have a Terrificon exclusive coming up. Carmine, you want to talk about this one, the Terrificon exclusive?
You mean? Sorry, yeah, I thought you were saying he was doing one, Ethan.
No, I wish, but no.
The Terrificon. Hopefully, you have a shot of it. For Terrificon
right now.
Our Terrificon exclusive, rather. Let me get my mouth in order here. Our Terrificon exclusive is a beautiful cover that Dolan. I don't know how he worked it out, but sorry. Who that? Hang on, somebody's at my door. Sorry.
Okay. So we worked out. I had a friend who knows Mr. Simon Bisley, and I worked out a deal with Simon Bisley on this, and we asked him for a time frame to be able to get it done. He said yes. He gave us a cost, and I talked with Carmine, and we agreed to do a split on it. And Simon Bisley, it came down to the wire, but Simon Bisley, the man, the myth, the legend behind Lobo, Judge Dredd, Batman, Martial Law, he gave us an Unholy Nightmare exclusive for Terrificon.
Yeah, and is this Shelby? Is this Shelby's colors as well?
This is actually oh my god, I'm getting blanking on his name. Wow, Dan Kemp.
Shelby Tyndall, Carrie Andrews.
Kemp.
Yeah, Dan Kemp did the colors on this. Dan Kemp, longtime colorist for Spawn for Todd McFarlane. Worked for Mark Silvestri. Worked on Witchblade, Darkness. He did the cover for this. He gave it a real '90s feel. And
it's awesome. I want to see a spot foil in this baby. That's really gonna pop. And just beautiful cover. And it was this was one that I had no idea what it was going to be. I don't think Drew, you didn't have any idea either, right?
Well, we saw we saw a rough sketch of what it looked like. So we saw that back in April. It's like, okay, we got an idea what we were going for, and yeah, he absolutely killed it.
Yeah.
I love too, Drew. And this is kind of coming from a couple of different perspectives. I love that you're kind of getting these quote unquote old school guys to come in and do covers for you. Just one, there's clout to their names, but two, there's just something special about. We live in a world where so many comics publishers right now are like, oh, anyone of the past are a product of the past. We don't want them. And this is just proving how talented these guys are. They still got it. They should still be doing work. So I love that you're kind of reaching out to these different people. And
that's a great point.
Yeah.
Not the last time when we reaching out to these guys. There's plenty more. I want to get work.
Next up, Drew. Next up, Mike Zeck.
Ooh.
I'm seeing Recluse in the Alley and an homage to the Punisher. Mike could probably come in and do something original, but man, that would be cool.
Yes, it would. Oh, damn. All right. All right. To be continued on that one. But yeah, and honestly, Simon Bisley did so well on this. We've been previewing it for some retailers, and this blew away all our expectations. Retailers are wanting to order more. They want more of this. And we're like, okay, I guess we're going to have to print more now. Holy crap. This is insane.
Aaron, this will be available in my comic shop.
Oh, nice.
If you stop by New Jersey.
Well, I will be in Jersey in, it's either October or November. It's for Legions Con. Let me look at the exact date.
Where do you know what part? Is it like?
Yeah, I'll find out here for you. It's in the really beautiful part. I know that. There's a lot of jug handles. Does that help?
Yeah. That's our nightmare.
It is my nightmare because being from California, I have to go around and then loop and then wait. What? November 6th through the 8th, and it's in Whippany.
Oh, that's right. That's where the comic shop is.
Is it really?
Yeah,
I'm going to the comic shop.
Yeah. What venue is it at? Did you say?
It's at the Hanover Marriott is where the Legions Con is being held.
Oh my gosh! Wait, are they having some actors and actresses there?
No. Legions Con is all about the toys. It's all about the Mythic Legions toy line. So,
okay. Oh man, you want to come to the shop too? I mean, it's not my shop, but we'll have to go over there and you can see our display. Actually, I mean, if you ever call me back,
I'll call you after this stream actually because now I'm
okay. Cool. Yeah, that's great, man. That's like right here. I'm happy to hear that. Every time someone tells me they're coming to Jersey, it's always like 4 hours away. And but yeah, that'll be great. Oh, and just let everybody know with the jug handles in New Jersey, you can't make left turns, and it's very irritating if you think about that. You're driving down the highway, your place is right there on the left, and you can't. You got to go down, go around a circle, come back, and it's just a big pain in the ass. And it was supposed to be for safety reasons, but we still have accidents up and down the road every day
because people don't understand jug handles.
Yeah. It's like, oh,
well, look, they keep trying to put roundabouts in California, and I'm like, Californians don't even understand a four-way stop. How are you going to make them understand that?
I second that. Having lived there for 10 years, yes, the roundabouts are a terrible idea in California.
We have a ton here in Indianapolis. We have a metric shit ton of roundabouts, and it's become the new big thing. And one thing I hate about it is when people treat them like four-way stops. It's like, no, it's not a fucking four-way stop. You keep going.
Listen, that would be me, okay?
That is me too.
I'd be like, wait, what am I supposed to do? Which lane am I supposed to be in? You've got this Bisley inks pulled up, dude. That there's so much detail in that.
Bisley is so good. I actually got to stare at his art all weekend because on the table, right by where I had my books, Lepresti had his Wraith of God shirts. And one of them is the cover by Bisley. So I was just looking at Bisley art and then Keown art all day.
So Simon is bringing this to Terrificon. He's bringing the original art to Terrificon for us. Nice. And Carmine, you better be there, man, because, hey, you're going to be picking it up.
If I'm getting the original art, I will be there. Yeah. That'd be like a dream come true, this. Having this one. Yes. I still have to frame the other one I got, the number one wraparound cover.
Oh, by Andrew Mangum. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so damn good. So I let you get this. Look at this. You guys got to see the current campaign, and you got a glimpse into the future.
Future.
Should have had like sound effects and wait.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm barely functional.
I'm adding the effects for you right now, Aaron.
Yeah, I don't even know how to do that. I don't even know how to change out the back of the screen. I would have been like photoshopping a quick, Unholy Nightmare background if I could have got it uploaded. Since Wes left up the best of the week, but at least you're on that show, right, Drew?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Yes.
It's sometimes when we go to do the Geek Fix, like he'll still have the background up, and I'm like, we're before we record, take down Doc Unfiltered.
Oh well.
Yeah, so thank you so much to everybody for coming. I think we're gonna wrap it up here. I'm exhausted. Josh was saying that he's fried, even though he didn't go to San Diego. We appreciate everybody coming in. Thanks so much, and we will see you. I will see you guys on Wednesday for the Geek Fix. I'll also see you Tuesday night on World Class Bullshitters. Are you doing Pop by Culture or any other Tuesday show, Josh?
So Thursday we've got floppy drop that's gonna take place, and I think we're gonna try to do something next Tuesday to discuss Spider-Man, but we'll get the details of that ironed out.
Oh yeah, you gotta come on and review the movie with us. On you gotta come on Saturday, and we'll all talk. We'll all be talking Spider-Man, no doubt, on Aficionados.
I actually think I am on Saturday, so yeah, that works out well.
Fantastic. All right, guys.
I now need to see the show Friday night, not Saturday. But yeah.
Thank you so much, everybody, and we will see you later.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.